Yeah, I thought it was a good result. It was, half time, 2 tries apiece and pretty even contest really. Both sides got through their sets and probably played a little bit of footy, but not too much. But I thought half time was probably the score, or 2 tries apiece, probably justified. But both really completed well and competed on some kicks, and a few things fell each other's way. But I thought we were clearly the better team in the second half.
What was the key? What was the key to the victory?
We stuck to our task. At 18 all, the Warriors got that try to get to 18 all, and obviously that made the contest a real contest again. And I thought we stuck to what we come here to do, and credit to Junior and the blokes in the key positions kept us to what we would sort of set out to do, and things sort of on the scoreboard turned out pretty good for us in the end.
Roger sort of has a shake, sort of struggled to stem his mark on the game. Probably thanks to a kicking net from Mitchell. Was that a big key coming in?
Yeah, look, I think every time someone plays the Warriors, they want to limit Roger's influence, and I thought as a whole we've done a pretty good job. But yeah, sometimes the world's best plans on some of these blokes don't come to fruition, do they? So he's obviously a very gifted player. But as a whole, I thought the boys did a really good job on between Mitchell kicking and the boys. Obviously the chase was good, and obviously I thought our middles at times really filled that middle part of the field when he went looking back through there on later plays as well. So it takes a good team effort to help sort of limit a guy like Roger, and you never shut him down 100% perfectly. Blokes like Roger, he created the first try from pretty much not much at all, So, but as a whole, I think we can be pretty happy with the job we did on him, and I thought we did a pretty good job on Isaac as well, because he's obviously had a really good influence on the Warriors the past sort of 12 or 18 months.
You took the penalties, I think, on every sort of chance you had. Was that always the plan to take those points every time they presented?
Yeah, look, we saw 2 or 3 games over the weekend where I think it's been 2 tries apiece and sides with the penalties, and with sides prepared to give away penalties in that zone. If you get enough of them, I think we took 3 maybe, which equals, I suppose, a try and a goal. So we sort of feel we've got a fair bit of confidence in our defence. The Warriors got 3 tries there, but we've got a bit of confidence that we can take the 2 and get through our set and put the opposition under pressure. And I thought, we did that pretty well, but I thought we were a bit stiff on some of the penalties the Warriors got on tackle 5 coming out of yardage. I was a bit disappointed in the referee, to be honest with you. I thought he kept them in the game with those penalties. Well, we didn't get any of those penalties, So when the refs start reffing like that, they need to be careful that they don't only pick on one team,
Did you feel like that scoreboard pressure from penalties was sort of crucial in that last bit we managed to run away?
Oh, it definitely helps, It was 18 all. It was 3 tries to 2 to the Warriors, and then the young goal kicker, young Harris, had kicked beautifully, hadn't he? So, the fact we took our penalties, because you don't know if you're going to score or not, do you? So, the fact we took them, maintained the contest to be a good close even one, and at the end of the day, we bombed a couple of real good chances. That when we got to 24-18, it was sort of like, are we going to be skip away or not? And this is a situation like similar Warriors when you've just come off a few losses, or we had a good win last week, but we hadn't been playing with a huge amount of confidence, and we put down a couple of sitters, and fortunately then we took a couple of chances and the game got away from the Warriors.
Do you feel like you're now out of that little mini slump?
Look, what I think I do know is I think the guys understand what type of team they are now. We've got a lot of 8 or 9 new players in the sort of top 19 so players, and I think they're sort of understanding what type of team that we are and what we need to do to help ourselves be in a situation to do well. We started the year reasonably well, lost a couple of games but very closely, and then obviously went into a really poor period there where we had a bad start to a game for 20 minutes, and we had a really performance in the Gold Coast, which was obviously very disappointing, which we're all disappointed in. And then Parramatta last week was really good, and tonight over here was really good. So I think, that's the thing I'm convinced of. I'm convinced they actually understand what type of team we are now, or what type of team we need to be. And the more the guys understand that, the more chance we are of giving ourselves a shot each week. It doesn't mean we'll be perfect every week, that's for sure, but at least if the guys understand what we need to do, because every side has a different identity, don't they? And everyone's got their own sort of strengths and weaknesses, and I'm quite comfortable that we would understand that bit. But at the end of the day, we'll head to Brisbane next week and we'll see what we do, But we've done 2 in a row, so hopefully we can do 3 good efforts in a row.
Caleb put on report for triple. Did you get a look at it?
Oh, I think it'll cost him 1,500. I think that's what it costs him, doesn't it? If one of those things. He's got enough money. I think he'll handle that.
I know you focus on your team, but how much of a difference do you think Cody can make to this Warriors?
Oh, I think he's a good little player, mate. Yeah, good little player. I think he'll make a big difference, and I think not that they're not my team and not for me to comment, but I think the style of player he's going to play with in Blake Green will really benefit Blake and benefit him. I think young Harris doing a terrific job for a young kid, but I think Cody will. I think Cody's a terrific young player, and I think he's been very unfairly dealt with by certain people, I suppose, with the Bronx losing games. Whatever the result of him leaving is obviously none of my business, but I think the Warriors have certainly got a real result there. Personally, that's my personal opinion.
Would you say that would keep us the lead prop in the game at the moment?
Oh, look, I'd certainly say he must be in that sort of area. There's obviously some really good players out there at the moment, and for us, when we got Clem, we sort of felt that as a club that we'd, I suppose, replace Paul Harrigan, if you like to put it. The club's never had anyone, I suppose, since the Chiefs and Butsies and that went out. But to have a 25-year-old guy as a regular at Test and Origin Arena is, a great result for our club, and it's a great result because of what he also brings off the field. So that's really highlighted if you talk to the guys. He's a really good family man. He hates losing. And I think, the benefit he's having with the team now, I think the benefit he'll have with our next generation of players will be where Dave Clemmer's legacy will be.
Sorry, we saw the Cowboys cover a few weeks ago and content looked for the sideline. Have you noticed that and tried to do the same thing on the tackle?
Oh, look, we felt sometimes fine and touch might have been a good thing for us. We didn't want to do it all the time, but we certainly felt at times it was something that might work out in our favour. We were sort of a bit 50-50 on it, to be honest. We sort of left a bit of it with Mitchell. Mitchell's a high-quality half who can control the game, so it was certainly something we spoke about at times, but also keeping it in play, it was just, probably got to give Pearcey the credit there. He seemed to get that right most of the time. Thanks, guys.